What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Kingsley, aka KOOJUJUTV, and we're here to talk about how to start a blog.
Run that back, turbo.
Baby, sold out next, cash every day. I got you a mace, I light up blue rays. Just cheat on my pet, the condo a cave.
Now, as you guys have probably already figured out, blogging has become one of the most interesting ways to generate passive income in 2018. All right. Personally, I found blogging to be one of the most liberating things in my life. It's definitely something that allows me to, be kind of flexible, but also to be able to do what it is that I love to do, which is to teach and to inform people. Okay, people have other motives when it comes to blogs. Me personally, I created my blog so that way I can create another platform in order to deliver value to my followers or my audience. All right. So what I'm here to do today is to teach you guys how to do that fairly easy. Okay. Number one thing you have to do when trying to start a blog is you have to understand or establish your why. Okay. What that means is you have to figure out why it is that you're blogging. All right. Now, for me, it was just another way, another outlet or another hobby that I took on. Okay, something that will kind of help me, another vice, if you will, to keep me out of trouble, basically. Because an idle mind is the devil's workshop. The more time you have on your hand, the more trouble you tend to get into. So I found blogging to be one of the most interesting ways I've found to kind of occupy my time, but also to be able to provide value to the world. All right. And also you have to ask yourself, what is it that you expect to gain with blogging? Some people do it for the former. Okay. Some people do it for, strictly monetary gain, just to basically find another way to generate passive income. Whatever it is that you started your blog for, you have to figure it out. What is it that you started it for? What is it that you intend to gain with starting a blog? Number two, think of a concept and a name. All right. When you're doing this, you want to first start off by figuring out what it is your niche is. Okay. What is your industry? What is your, the expertise? Okay. Are you into, men's fashion? Are you into women's fashion? Are you in the dog niche? Okay. You have to figure out what niche it is that you're in, and that will allow you to figure out your concept as well as the name of your blog. Secondly, you have to figure out what audience you plan on targeting. Okay. That's kind of similar to the niche, but your audience is more so of, I'd say, the niche coupled with the demographic. So are you, trying to target people, 12 to 25 years old, or are you 25 and 45, or are you, looking to target the baby boomers? That's definitely something you should be factoring in when you want to think about coming up with the concept as well as the name for your blog. All right. Third, you want to figure out what kind of content as well as value you'll be bringing to this particular audience. Okay. Now, me, for instance, in my blog, I, intend on bringing several different pieces of content within my blog. So for instance, my blog teaches people how to generate passive incomes within different niches, within the Spotify niche, within the Amazon FBA niche, within the blogging niche, within the affiliate marketing and personal branding. Okay. Then I also am into the travel as well as the health and wellness. Now, for me, these are just things that I've decided to take on and things that I am personally interested in. So these are pieces of content that are going to make it fairly easy for me to provide. Okay. Now, when you're doing this, you want to make sure it's not something that you're going to struggle doing. It's going to be something, it has to be something that you're passionate about. All right. That'll make life a lot easier, in my opinion. All right. Next, you want to go ahead and get yourself a domain name. Okay. So if you guys don't know what a domain is basically the address where your website will live. Okay. And one of the most popular domain providers are few, I should say, are GoDaddy as well as Namecheap. Me personally, I have used Namecheap. I found it to be fairly cheap and just personally, it just met my needs more than GoDaddy was able to do. So if you guys are interested in, you know, checking out Namecheap, I've provided you guys a link down below, and that'll take you straight to Namecheap and give you guys a discount as well. All right. Next, you want to go ahead and choose a platform for your blog. Now, there are 3 top platforms within the blogosphere, and one of them are WordPress, the next being Squarespace, and the third will be Blogger. Obviously, there are more platforms, but these tend to be the most popular choices out there. Blogger, I would say, is one for beginners. It's a free platform, and it's fairly easy to use. I would say second, in my opinion, would be Squarespace. This is drag and drop. These are for all the designers out there that plan on making very, you know, high definition visual blogs. And the number 1 platform, in my opinion, is WordPress. The reason why I say this is because of all the plugins you have. There's so much, you know, so much that you have available to you with these widgets and plugins. I mean, the sky is the limit, honestly, with WordPress. But if you were to go that route, I would say that you would, you know, choose getting a self-hosted website. That just unlocks more of the potential for WordPress. And if you guys are interested in that, you know, I would suggest you guys using Bluehost, which is one of the top web hosting companies out there. I'll put a link down below to give you guys a discount. Next, after you've gotten yourself a self-hosting blog, or WordPress I should say, you want to go ahead and download yourself a website builder. Now, the website builder just makes life a lot easier, especially when you're using WordPress. There's no coding involved, and it just makes, you know, it just helps you with the learning curve, okay, when designing your blog. All right. One of the number 1 platforms used, and one of the ones that are my personal fave, is Divi from Elegant Themes. All right. Very easy website builder, something that I was able to get, you know, catch on to just like within literally 2 or 3 days. And the next would be Elementor, which is definitely, you know, I would say the top 2 out there, and Themify. There are obviously more, but these are the top 3. I haven't really used Themify, but I've heard great things about it. So if you guys want my opinion, I would say go with Divi. But again, you know, to each its own. Now that you picked out your website builder, you want to go ahead and pick out your blog design. All right, what that means is you want to go ahead and figure out what theme you'll be using for your blog, what your color scheme will be, as well as you got to figure out whether or not you know, your blog is going to be a visual blog, a text-heavy blog, or a bit of a combination. I've chose the latter, which is you know, a bit of the combination, just simply because there's days that I feel like just, you know, kind of going to town in terms of you know, providing content via text, and then sometimes you know, I feel lazy and I just want to you know write a fairly short article or blog post and just kind of fill it up with you know, with photos. But again, this is a personal choice. You have to figure out what it is that you want and the kind of content you want to provide your audience, and that will help you to determine you know, what kind of design you want to bring to your blog. Now you want to go ahead and create a schedule for yourself, so that way you can remain consistent, all right, when posting, because everyone knows, or if you don't know, now you will know that consistency is key in anything, honestly. So what that means is you want to go ahead and figure out what time of day you're going to be blogging, or you know, posting your blog posts. You also want to figure out what day of the week, as well as how many times a month. It all really pretty much depends on your schedule. Me personally, I post at least 3 times a week. That's the only, you know, time I have. I've been able to delegate towards posting on my particular blog, but you may be different. You may be the type that wants to post, you know, 5, 6, 7 times a day, or maybe like 2 or 3 times a month. It's totally up to you. All right. So just remember, again, you got to make sure that you are consistent and you know, provide a schedule for your readers so that way they know when you know, you update your blog posts. Next, you want to just hit the ground running and start creating and publishing posts. Okay, now I've found it fairly easy to provide content just because I'm always learning, I'm always finding out new things, and whenever I find out new things, I usually like to go ahead and share that kind of information. But when you first start out, you'll find that it's kind of hard to develop and get the ball rolling. So I would say look for inspiration from other bloggers. All right, and also a good source for inspiration, I would say, is Google Trends as well as YouTube. You know, look for one of the hottest trends that are out right now, whether it be in the entrepreneurial niche, entertainment niche, whatever niche you're in. I would say Google and YouTube would definitely be your best friend. All right. Next is, you got to get social, man. You got to make sure that you're using social media to promote your blog. All right. One of the top, or a few of the top social medias you got to make sure you're using to promote your blog is Facebook. All right. Pinterest. I know a lot of you guys, don't really use Pinterest, but I mean, Pinterest is a godsend for bloggers. All right, you'll figure that out the more you get into it. Next is Instagram, and last is Twitter, in that order. Okay, you got to make sure that you're constantly updating and informing your audience via these social websites when you make a blog post. Do that and you'll get tons of free traffic from these platforms. Next, you want to go ahead and build your audience and join a community. All right. Now, the way you want to go ahead and build your audience is by guest blogging. For those of you guys that don't know what guest blogging is, it is exactly what it sounds like. You'll be, reaching out to different bloggers and asking them whether or not you can go ahead and post on their blogs as a guest. And what that does is it exposes you and your content to a different audience, and helps you to kind of drive traffic via these people's blog posts. It's a great way to generate organic traffic. All right. Next is Facebook groups, Telegram apps, Twitter chat calendar, as well as Reddit. All right. So if you guys are interested in joining a Twitter chat calendar, I'll go ahead and put a link down below so that way you guys can get your start there. Yeah, man, and that's pretty much it. If you guys follow what I taught you step by step, you're more than likely sure to create yourself a successful blog. But again, consistency is key. Like I said, at the beginning, don't expect to see high volumes of traffic. It takes time. This isn't, if you're into instant gratification, this definitely isn't the thing for you. This is definitely something you're gonna have to put the time in, but when you do, you will reap great rewards. Okay, as I suggested earlier, it's a great outlet. It's a great way to kind of spend time and just kind of figure out who you are, and generate and create yourself a nice community or an audience, if you like. All right, so if you guys are interested in me showing you how exactly to create a blog, just get in the comment section down below and tell me, Kingsley, I heard all the talking, but I want you to show me how to actually create the blog. I'll go ahead and post a video for you guys in the next video. Okay, and yeah, that's going to conclude this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you guys do, you guys already know what to do. Go ahead and smack that like button for your boy, as well as subscribe to this channel, and share this content with anyone you think may be interested in content like this. All right, again, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.
I got too many can't fuck 'em all. Know how to play, but I ball. Stacking that money up, make it tall. Ooh, the ass on my neck got me frost. Mama ain't make no, she made a boss. My diamond, they shine when the light turned off. Rockin' designer, I'm dripping in sauce. All of my diamond real, so they call.